Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today I will show you the gameplay by Semen and Klementy, and the game starts with the pawn to e4, e6, d4, d5, then e5 and c5 was played. After this, c3 and queen to b6. Then the white play knight to f3 and knight to c6. And in this position, this is the first 5 move, and you can see that both the position is equal. And the game continue with the white play a pawn to a3. Then f6 was played, and they tried to capture the pawn e5 and weaken the structure of the white pawn structure. Then bishop to d3 and g6 was played. Then the f capture. Then the white go for castling. Sorry for that. Then the white go for a castling, and the f takes the e5. Then the d takes e5 again, and after this the black continue to develop the bishop and attack the pawn. And now the rook to e1. Then here the black play knight to h6, and here the blue path will indicate the critical path for the black to play from the knight from g8 to h6, then to g4 and attack the pawn at f2, and the idea which the pawn will push to c4 and attack the bishop. Then the queen and the knight will together attack the pawn at f2. So here the black has a very good idea in de-attacking from the move 10, and this is the first 10 move, and you can see that at this stage the position is still equal for the both sides. Then the game continue with the white play c4, blocking the pawn to push to c4 and attack the bishop. And prior to this move, there's another suggestion that you can play is to use the bishop and capture the knight. So if the bishop capture the knight, then bishop capture back, then you can just push b3 or b5 to prevent the queen to capture the pawn at b2, and here the position will be slightly equal for both sides. So b3 can be played, and after this bishop to d7, and the king can castling either to both sides. So in the actual game, the white play a c4, then the black castling kingside, and after this knight continue to develop to c3, and here the pawn d takes c4 attacking the bishop, and bishop capture back, and now the white aiming for a knight to capture the pawn. So you plan to go for the knight to a4 and attack the queen. So the black play a knight to g4, and here after this you have a 2 knight attacking the center and another bishop attack the pawn. So after this move, the white play a knight to g5, and you can see this move the knight do not have any threat. It cannot capture the pawn, it cannot capture the h7. This move is very limited and the white can't move and capture anything. And after this, the black is clearly better because this move is a tactical blunder. And here, the white is giving up the pawn in the middle. So the best move at this situation will be knight to a4. Then if the queen moves to c7, use the knight to capture the pawn at c5. And after this, the knight c takes e5, and here the queen will attack the knight. So the knight at e5 will capture back the knight. Then the knight capture back, and after this, the bishop can capture the pawn and check the king as it's being protected by the knight. And if the bishop capture, then the knight will capture and fork the queen and the rook. And here the white is clearly better. And if the king move away to h8, then you can just develop the bishop to e3 and protect the knight, and the knight will protect the bishop, and now the bishop cannot take. The bishop and the queen cannot take, and is fully protected. And at this position, the white will be a slightly better. So in the actual game, after knight play knight to g5, then the knight c will capture back the e5 pawn, and after this, and you have these two knight connected, and it's very strong. So if you play knight to a4 and attack the queen, then this pawn will be unguarded as the rook able to attack and the knight able to attack. So in the actual game, the knight move knight to a4. In this situation, the best move is to attack the pawn by playing f4 and to chase away the knight and disconnect both the connected knight. Once the knight is connected, so the knight will be weaker. And now if the knight capture the bishop, then the queen will capture back. So in the actual game, knight to a4 was played, and after this, queen to c6. Now the queens attack the knight and also have the idea of attacking the pawn at g2. So after this, bishop to f1, and here is another bad move, and here the white pieces is keep on getting backward. After this position, the knight capture the free pawn, knight takes f2 and attack the queen, and then the queen to c2. After this, you can see that now the black is clearly winning with almost 7 points ahead. So now the knight e to g4, and now again the both knight is connected again. So it's a very strong two knight. after this, the knight to f3, and here the black continue to attack by playing a rook sacrifice. The rook takes the knight f3. So rook capture the knight f3, and here again still winning by 8 points. And after the pawn capture the rook, then the queen takes the pawn, and now it's almost nearly to 16 points, and the black is clearly winning the game, and we have the checkmate threat at queen to the h1 position. So after this position, the white play a queen takes c5 without notice that there is a checkmate at the queen to h1 and checkmate. So if the position back to this, if the queen move to queen e4, then the knight can play a knight to h3 and check the king. And now the bishop can just capture the knight, and you have another beautiful checkmate, such as queen to f2, check the king, and if the king go to h1, then the queen capture the pawn and checkmate the king. And with this, thank you.